Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis have all just released the official change logs for their September navigation update. This update applies to Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6, and EV6 that have the Gen 5W system, Kia EV9 and 2025 Ioniq 5N with CCNC, and Genesis GV60, 70, and 80 with the CCIC system. Now, this update did start rolling out via OTA or over-the-air update 10 days ago. I received it on September 1st, and I've been checking Hyundai's navigation updater website, and I haven't seen any change log pop up, which is why I've waited to make this video. But this is the update that we've been waiting months and months and months for, because they've been kicking this can down the road, and honestly, it's pretty underwhelming. So don't get your hopes up, but we're going to talk about all the details in today's video. Before we get into the update though, I want to tell you guys some really exciting, cool news. I'm going to be hosting the first ever Ioniq Guy Cars and Coffee event at Palmer Motorsports in Palmer, Massachusetts on November 3rd from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. This event is going to be open to all Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis EVs. I want to see everybody there representing their brand, Konas to Niros, Ioniq 5 to EV9. So if you live in the area, try and make it out. Admission is completely free. Coffee and donuts will be brought to you by Dunkin'. The event is also going to be sponsored by Key Hyundai of Manchester, Connecticut. They are going to be providing some raffle prizes, including 2 vehicle to load adapters, as well as a set of floor mats for an Ioniq 5. I'm going to have some other raffle prizes on top of that. I'm working out the details there, and I'll also be giving away some of my products that you can find on my website at ioniqguy.com. Now, being that this event is taking place at a racetrack, I figured you got to get out on the track. So Palmer Motorsports is going to allow the first 40 people to sign up for this to do 4 laps around the track at up to highway speeds. This doesn't require a helmet, and you can bring your family and kids in the car with you. Now, this is going to cost $35 extra to do, but I think it's going to be a really fun experience. Dogs will also be welcome at this event. When that's available to sign up, I will have a link for that. That's going to be hosted on Palmer Motorsports website, separate from the invitation that I am going to put out. I've already talked to Steve from Plug and Play EV. He is also local to the Massachusetts area, and he said he would like to attend as well, so you can meet Steve from Plug and Play as well. But yeah, this is the first in-person event I am hosting. I can't wait to meet all of you guys in person. I feel like I know a lot of you personally, even though we've never met, but now's your opportunity to come and hang out with your car. So mark your calendars, November 3rd at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. I can't wait to see you guys there. But enough of that, let's talk about the software update. Now, what I'm going to be talking about in this video is US and Canada updates. I'm not talking about any other countries, but the other countries are getting pretty much the exact same thing, but this is what is happening here in the US and Canada. So let's start by talking about probably the most exciting feature update here, and that is only going to be for you Genesis owners. If you have a GV60, GV70, or G80, then you will now be getting wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay via this software update. This is a wish that Ioniq 5 and EV6 owners have been wishing for a long time, and it's not here. So all you Genesis owners, rejoice, because you guys got the coolest feature in this update. If you have an EV9 or an Ioniq 5N or a new Kona electric, then you already have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so obviously that's not coming to you. So that's the exclusive one for Genesis. Now let's talk about more of the broader updates across the board for both Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis. So across the board, all of these cars are now getting the feature that we've all been asking for, which is sports scores in your infotainment system. Hooray! As somebody who doesn't even watch sports, I could care less. I feel like even if you do like sports, you probably could care less too, because you're not checking sports scores or want to check them in your car's head unit. You want to just check them on your phone like a normal person. So we've waited months and months and months for this update, and that's what we got, sports. They have also made some improvements to the navigation system. So if I say want to navigate for a 1,000-mile road trip, navigate to Richmond, Virginia. So you'll see you no longer get a pop-up saying we're going to add EV charging stops. It automatically just assumes that since you are driving an EV. So if I want to see my charging stops that are planned, I can click on this, and there will be a list. Oh wow, they've actually improved it. You can see this EV Go station. We're arriving with 13% state of charge now. So that is a big improvement. Previously, the lowest I ever saw was 20%, so that's good. You'll also notice now that the station network is now the first thing that you see. It doesn't give you a Walmart and random string of numbers for the store number. It gives you Electrify America, EV Go. So that's also another improvement. So overall, that's a pretty decent improvement in terms of route planning. Also, when you are navigating, traffic lights are now mentioned in the turn-by-turn navigation, so it will tell you to turn left or right at the next traffic light. And it will show you the traffic lights on the screen, which is something that it didn't used to do. They also now say, because of this update, finding a charging station near your destination, if you use the built-in navigation, will be easier to find. Apparently, around your destination on the map, they will now show charging stations there for you to see. Could be useful, I guess. They've also made adding stops to your route easier by saying add blank as a stop. I honestly didn't even realize that you couldn't do that to begin with because I don't use the built-in navigation. But I guess that could be a good thing, considering the last time I did use the built-in navigation, I was trying to find a charger along my route, and it was honestly pretty challenging and kind of annoying. So if this makes that any easier, I guess that's a thumbs up. Now, if you drive an Ioniq 5 or Ioniq 6, probably the only thing in here that you're really going to care about is the revised climate control screen. Now, when you want to turn on seat heaters and ventilated seats, when you press the warmer button on the dashboard, a smaller little pop-up will come up on the screen, allow you to turn on the seat heaters, you hit OK, and then it disappears. It's no longer taking you to a bigger secondary screen to do this action, and then you have to find your way back to where you were. It's just a nice, quick little pop-up. It honestly looks pretty good, so I'm glad to see that this came along, but the odd thing is, I'm looking at the changelog right here, listed nowhere. So I don't know what is wrong with Hyundai and their navigation updates, why they completely miss the only thing that most people are going to actually care about and not even put it in the changelog. It just blows my mind. So I know a lot of people were hoping for maybe a manual battery preconditioning button in this update, maybe wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay for Gen 5W systems, but none of that cool stuff is here. Now, if you haven't already gotten it over the air, you can now go to Hyundai, Kia, or Genesis's navigation updater website or the application on your computer, download it and install it via USB port. If you just want to wait for the OTA, I'd say do that. There's no point in going out of your way to get this update. Now, what is odd in the changelog here is they're calling it 2024 First Navigation Map and Software Update. I've never seen this nomenclature before. I don't know why they're calling it first. It is the first major update of 2024. Maybe it's the first of two updates that are going to be coming out close to each other. I don't really know. I would love to think that this is just a taste of what might come in the next few weeks. There were rumors that an update would be coming in October, but I am at this point not getting any hopes up for a second update this year. Historically, we would get an update in the spring as well as one in the fall. So it's just about fall now. So I don't think anything's coming between now and the end of the year. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we get a cooler update, but I'm not going to hold my breath. So I will leave links in the description to all the websites that you can go to see the change logs for your car. You can download the files if you want and install them manually, but I really don't recommend you go out of your way to do so. So let Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis know down in the comment section what you think of this software update. I can't wait to see this comment section. But if you guys did like today's video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Check out my store at ioniqi.com for cool accessories for your Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis EV. Mark your calendars for November 3rd if you're in New England and want to come to this big meetup. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.